What's happening, wrestling fans? I did not hear about this. Looks like this clip is like 2 days old. What the hell is going on? You know, when I was driving the other day, I was listening to something and I heard somebody say that Hulk Hogan said like there's some other information out there that might shed more light on what's going on. And I was like, Let's check this out.
Fox News Alert, new updates on the death of wrestling legend Hulk Hogan. TMZ is reporting Hogan may have been a victim of medical malpractice. Senior national correspondent Kevin Corke.
Pretty crazy story, Mike.
I did hear what they said. When I was driving, they said something about you may be a victim of a botched surgery. That's what it is. Let's see if they got some more details.
My friend, the Clearwater, Florida Police Department says tonight the investigation into Hulk Hogan's death is ongoing even now. And that's because Hogan may have been the victim of medical malpractice, which may have cost him his life, according to sources connected to the case.
Well, I told you guys a few years ago when I used to sell security systems, there was an article that came out in Yahoo News, I believe, and it said that if medical mistakes were a disease, they would be the third leading killer of Americans or people around the world. I think it was just Americans, but it could be people around the world. Think about that for a second. I had a customer that was a nurse for 30 years, she told me, and it popped in my head. I was writing up her paperwork and I was like, I got a question for you. I saw an article that said, and I told her, and I said, do you think that that's true? She paused for a second. She was like, yeah. And I was like, staying my booty out of the hospital.
Law enforcement sources tonight tell TMZ that an occupational therapist was present at the wrestling legend's home in Florida when he stopped breathing. And according to a report, the therapist suggested in a recent operation,
that the nerve that controls breathing was damaged. It's all coming back to me because I was driving and listening to this.
Surgeon may have severed Hogan's phrenic nerve, which controls the diaphragm, which is the primary muscle responsible for breathing.
Wow.
As of this hour, Hogan's body has not...
That's probably why everybody then, maybe that was close to him, was surprised, because maybe it was a routine type surgery. Like I know somebody that died from a knee surgery. When I was a kid, he died, and like everyone was surprised. It was one of those things where I think infection happened, or did they leave gauze in his knee? Like sometimes people, they leave utensils inside people, scalpels inside, and people be tasting metal and they don't know why.
He had been cremated, and while his widow, Sky, says an autopsy has been conducted, we don't know what the findings were. In a statement, Clearwater Police tonight say the unique nature of this case has required us to interview multiple witnesses and seek medical records from a variety of providers. And our detectives continue to do that. All of this takes time. A case we will definitely keep a very close eye on. An American icon, a lot of people want to make sure no malfeasance happens.
His hair almost looks fake. Must be his makeup job. Something looks strange here.
Thanks so much, Kevin.
Looks like a black Ken doll. It looks like plastic or something. I think it's this makeup. Yeah. I've heard some wild stuff, man. I still hear America is the best place for if you need surgery. If something traumatic happens, you in a car accident, you all twisted up. America's the best place to have your body stitched back together and get you walking and moving again. You know what I mean? So I hear that we're one of the worst for disease prevention, but the best, the number one best for if something traumatic happens to you, we'll sew your leg back on, get everything working again. So I find that interesting, but very interesting story here. Well, then the family's going to get paid out the wazoo when they get to the bottom of this, if it's true. Woo.